So, 10 years ago, I had a life changing event. And as a couple, if you've ever been through a life changing event, the path that you were on before this happened is no longer the path that you're on going forward. So, this video is about that change made us as a couple on the fast track to retirement. If you are going through a life changing event, or in the middle of a life changing event, or just coming out of a life changing event, don't lose focus and don't lose hope. Because if I can do this, and I am no ordinary person, well, I am actually an ordinary person, but this was an exceptional set of circumstances. And I know that if I can do it, you can do it too. Consider these things like don't lose focus on retirement because eventually you want to get there, and hopefully, as a couple, you get there together. And this is my hope for you. I thought I was going to end up on Cape Cod in a bungalow on the beach, waking up to the sunrise and watching the waves go in and out and just living a very simple life with my husband in a little bungalow on the beach. And I would tell you that's not what happened. And a lot of it, maybe those were dreams and aspirations, but it really felt real at that time. And then this life changing event occurred in our lives, and it felt more like a dream, and reality was now in the forefront of our lives. And I could tell you that it took us months, maybe close to a year, to realize that we needed to fast track into the designs of our retirement. And so we had to take control of what was happening to us and how to plan and manage our way through. Now, the first real consideration for us was to decide what to do financially with our assets that we have and how to manage them to live a comfortable life in the future. So we had a 3-story home on almost a half-acre of land, and what was happening in our life made that and a full-time job completely unreasonable to manage. And we knew we had to change things, and when this happened, we had to make changes fairly quickly. We thought we were going to be in that home for a very long time, but that's not what happened. So we decided to take a look at our finances and how to maximize our finances for our future. And this one thing was of consideration for us. And it might be for you too, because moving and downsizing and thinking about alternatives for income became a possibility for us. It's something we never really discussed before, but all of a sudden it was laid out in front of us. We considered moving to another state, and we took a look at some of the tax friendly states. Now, we ended up in Florida, And one of the reasons, or a couple of reasons we ended up there, was because we have family here, and it just seemed like a reasonable move for us. And it would help us maximize our money that we have for the future together. So, one of the things I would suggest to you is to take a look at the states that are tax friendly. And I'm going to put a list up somewhere in this video so that you can take a look at those states and maybe just make a list of all of them and the pros and cons of why you might consider moving there, or X off a few on your list. Or maybe you're just not going to move and this is not an option for you, and that's totally fine too. But it was one of the things that we considered. Now, there was a lot of benefits for us to move to Florida besides that financial piece of having it being more tax friendly than where we lived. And so that, it's a warmer climate. There's more things for us to do. It lifted a lot of the responsibilities because we live in a community where we no longer have to shovel and mow the lawn. So it gave us a little more time to concentrate on exercise and our wellness. And that felt a little bit more freeing. Now, being closer to family is great too. So we're very happy that we have stronger connections with people in our lives that are family. And I am very, very grateful for them to be in our lives. Now, Cape Cod went out the window. Like, I felt like it was a dream, and we had aspirations to go there, and we wanted to live on Cape Cod in our retirement years in a little bungalow and watch the waves come in and out and just be together in a very simple life. Well, that didn't happen when this event occurred. Like, that felt very dream state ish. And we were now living in a different reality. And this reality forced us to take a look at our retirement plan and to fast track it. So, these three tips I'm sharing with you, I feel are very realistic, and they are something that I lived through, my husband lived through, and they are a part of our decision making process to get to a place where we want to retire safe and healthy and together, being comfortable, knowing that we have a lot less things to worry about. And the second thing we started thinking about was paying off our debt. Now, debt for anybody can be your mortgage, your car loan, credit cards. And we decided that it was very hard to focus on building our wealth or looking at our wealth for retirement when we had things that we still had that were taking away from our wealth. So we paid everything off. And that gave us financial freedom. It gave us a little more focus on the things that became more important. The focus on what money do we have? What buckets do we have? where are we going to draw from and when? And it took one piece of the financial pie away, and it was the one piece that seemed to be weighing us down. Like we couldn't get past the fact that we still owed money, we had to pay it off, and so we just got rid of it. Now our whole focus is, where do we go from there? Is how do we build our wealth? How do we plan for the future? How do we plan for our retirement? And it became a little simpler for us to digest, think about, and it just provided clarity. And so I would suggest to take a look at your finances, and if you can, pay off whatever you can so that you can have more space to focus on where you're going and how you're going to get there and how you're going to get there financially. It just became a little clearer for us, and I hope it would be the same way for you. We also started to focus on what additional ways can we create incomes so that we can continue to make money and save and build for our financial freedom, for our financial goals, for our retirement goals, and how to take some of that pressure off of, will we have enough? Are we ever going to have enough? And this helped us just take some of that pressure off. So if there's a way for you to make additional income, I would suggest that you take a look at it. Now, it all started for us with a simple tag sale. So we decided, we were going to start downsizing because we were going to be moving to Florida in a more tax-friendly state. So one weekend, we had a garage sale or tag sale or whatever you call it from where you live. And we just put things out on our front lawn and outside of our garage, and we didn't realize how much stuff we had, first of all, and then second of all, how much money we were sitting on that was just lying around the house. So that first tag sale just triggered in my mind, how can I expand upon this to continue to bring money into the house? And we used some of that money to just pay off whatever loans we had. And once I learned that I could keep this way of building a revenue stream into our house, we just maximized it. So I started an eBay store and I sold some of the things out of the house. And by the time we moved to Florida, which was almost 2 years later, we had built up a savings from just the things that we had lying around the house that paid for our full move. Now, when I got to Florida, I decided to continue that, and it became a part of our retirement plan. So I would suggest to you that there are ways of creating more income into your house than just a simple 9 to 5 job. And if you can find a way to maximize on that, do it. By all means, do it, and do it for as long as you can. I still have those revenue streams coming into our house, and it's easy, and I do it from home. And you can do it. If I can do it, you can do it. So it allows for us to live more comfortably. And I feel like we're not drawing down from our financial savings, our retirement savings, And this just empowers us a little bit more to take that money and have fun. And to have that now, after what we've been through, I can tell you now is the time to start looking at it. It's not too late to start now. Start before something happens in your life that you cannot control or you cannot plan for. And just take these 3 simple tips and start building upon them. Do a little research, decide what's right for you, and just start maximizing on it. And hopefully, this helps you as much as it has helped us. Thanks for now. Bye.